New Minnesota Fighting Vikings defense corner Brian Flores loves press man ability in his cornerback. So let's talk about a guy who doesn't really have that. Well, let's talk about one of the best zone corners in the 2023 NFL Draft, Kansas State's Julius Brents. Now, we'll get into why, because not only is Brents an absolute physical freak in terms of length and in terms of being on the outside, I think that his versatility at the next level, I think that he is... Maybe he's not destined to be just an outside corner. I think that he's going to be a guy who's going to be all over the place in defensive backfields, and also Brian Flores values that a lot. So let's talk about Julius Brents today. Background, 23 years young. Now he turned 23 in January, but still a little bit older of a prospect. 6'3", a $198, redshirt senior, from a 3-star recruit from Indianapolis. Was initially at Iowa. Don't hold that against him. Did start 5 games as a true freshman in 2018. 2019 had to take a medical redshirt with an injury. 2020 was just a rotational guy during the weird Rona season for Kirk Ferentz. Decided to take his talents to Manhattan, Kansas in 2021. 2-year starter for the Wildcats. And in 2022, very nice senior season. 45 tackles, 4 passes broken up, 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 75.5 PFF run coverage grade, and was overall just really damn solid for Kansas State. Combine-wise, so this is what everyone's talking about. So he has a 6'10" wingspan, which is just absolutely insane. His catch radius as a DB is huge, and it checked the boxes in explosiveness, 41.5-inch vert, 11 foot plus in the broad jump, 4.5 340 at his size. Actually is pretty damn solid. And Lance Zierlein, NFL.com. This is a write-up. Tremaine Johnson, the pride of Montana, is his NFL comparison. Overview. Brents is a classic zone corner with an outstanding blend of size, length, and leaping ability. He has the disruptive traits to reroute the release and the dog in him to handle his business in run support. He can play some press man on vertical plane, but lacks the top-end speed and pattern matching to play in that scheme full time. Brents needs to maintain eye discipline from zone, but has the ball skills to win a battle for the pass when he's in position. While he's likely to be targeted in the draft as a zone-based corner, he has the instincts and demeanor to make a move to safety if needed. And just watching his tape, he actually reminds me a lot of Brandon Browner, if you remember him from back in the day, former Seahawks as well as Patriots corner, where he's got insane size and length on the outside and can be used all over the place. And for Julius Brents, insane wingspan, like we said, 6'10". He's got good agility and mirroring skills for a guy his size. He is one of the better zone corners in the draft. He's got good ball skills, good instincts overall. He did have a 57.7 quarterback rating when thrown at in 2022, which is fantastic. But of course, given his size, there is a trade-off. Like, he's not as twitched up as some of the other smaller cornerbacks, but that is expected given his size. He's a decent tackler, but he's not a hammer. Like, he's not going to be Deonte Banks up there filling against the run. But, he could be seen as more of a hybrid safety, potentially matching up in the slot as a big nickel against tight ends and larger receivers. But I think his versatility could find him a spot in the National Football League, and especially specifically for the Vikings defense. But against top-end competition, he did struggle in both games against TCU in 2022 and Quentin Johnston. But, of course, I mean, Quentin Johnston was one of the better receivers in college football, but in the NFL, every single week you're going up against a Quentin Johnston. So that's something to keep an eye on. And for me, I think that he's going to be go higher than a lot of people expect. It wouldn't shock me if he breaks the top 4, because I think overall, like, there's a big 4 for corners for me. Well, there's a big 2, and then another 2, and then Julius Brents. So Devin Witherspoon and Gonzalez, I think, are just 1, 2 for me, absolutely. Porter and Deonte Banks, I kind of see about on the same plane, slight edge to Joey Porter. I do see guys like Julius Brents, Cam Smith, Forbes, even though Forbes, given his weight, is an issue, but I see them very similarly. But some teams may see Julius Brents. They're betting on the size. They're betting on the versatility. They see him not as just an outside corner, but as a safety, as a nickel guy, as just sort of a jack of all trades in the DB room. And certainly could be something that could be attractive by the Vikings and for Brian Flores. So I think overall, I don't know about Julius Brents at 23 just straight up, but if the Vikings do move down from 23 or move up back into the second round and he's there at the top of the second, I would give a strong consideration for Brents. Is he a press man corner? Not in the traditional sense. Is he a very versatile guy that Flores can move around and use like Eric Rowe? Yeah, I mean, he absolutely could be that guy. A little bit of a Javon Holland in him as well. Why not? Absolutely, why not? But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to draft Kansas State cornerback Julius Brents. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol, production value.